Before we get into today's video, let me tell you about my sponsor, Blood Lubricants. One of their best products, their newest product, is Clutch RX engine oil. Why choose this over the mainstream brands, you may be asking? Well, number one, this oil prevents clutch slippage. Not only that, but it also extends the life of your engine. So if you're going to change your oil, which we all got to do, buy the good stuff. If you're not sold on it, I got a discount code for you. Use my code TMN25 to get 25% off site-wide. You can get the Clutch RX engine oil. You can get the Blood Racing chain lube. You can get Bloodbath bike wash. Get all that and much more at bloodlubricants.com. Use my code. Anyway, let's get into the video. All right, so Philadelphia Supercross provided us with some great racing, great battles, some upsets. One of the best headline stories from the weekend, in my opinion, though, is Seth Hammaker's return and performance. After missing last weekend's race in Nashville due to a shoulder injury, he returned for his home race in Pennsylvania with all of his family and friends there watching. I thought it was really cool to see him get that heat race win in front of his 91-year-old grandfather. He was there. That's a cool thing to see. I guess his grandfather has never seen him race professionally in Supercross or Pro Motocross, in person anyway. So that's really cool to see him get a heat race win in front of his grandfather like that. On the other hand, in the other heat race, Factory Triumph Racing rider Jalek Swoll had a heck of a night as well, earning his very first heat race win in his career. Both riders were riding very well, and this set up a great battle for the main event. Hammaker started out front in the main, rode great. He led over half of the race and eventually lost the lead to the Brit, Firepower Honda's Max Anstie, about halfway through, I think it was. Now a battle between Pennsylvania native Seth Hammaker and Factory Triumph rider Jalek Swoll ensued. They battled from halfway through the race until about 30 seconds to go when they collided, knocking Hammaker and Swoll from second and third to seventh and eighth, respectively. Here's that clip. Now, before I get into my opinion on this, what do both riders think? Let's take a look at both of their perspectives before I put my opinion out there. Starting with Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Seth Hammaker, here's a clip from a post-race interview with Vital MX after Philly.
Yeah, so definitely caught me by surprise. Next thing I knew, I was just laying there. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't really know anyone was doing that triple to that, like inside to outside or whatever they were doing. But and my line was just that outside, so I was just railing it as fast as I could. And next thing you know, we were just both on the ground. And like, listen, people make mistakes, like whatever. It's just racing, and that's kind of like, I finished out my race the best I could, and he finished right behind me. And then what caught me by surprise is he comes off the track and he's screaming at me, and I was like, really? And then like after we get back, like that made me pretty hot because I was like, listen, like yeah, it sucks for both of us, but whatever. And then he did come over and apologize, and I was like, listen, like it is what it is, right? You know, it sucks, but don't scream at me about it. Like, you know, I was like, come on, man. So yeah.
Could you see him out of the corner of your eye in the air,
Nothing.
or did you not know until he hit you?
Nothing. It was like I said, the outside was my line. I was trying to hit that as fast as I could, and I told him, I was like, I wish I would have picked up on that line because I seen how much time you gained on me just in that little section. So yeah, it was blindsided.
Now let's hear what Factory Triumph rider Jalek Swoll had to say regarding the incident. Unfortunately, he didn't show up to the scrum after the race, therefore there aren't any post-race interviews with him. There's no media that could get to him unless they had to go chase him down. But he did put out a social post speaking on this, so we'll have to work with that. Jalek Swoll said after the race, quote, well, wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but I had to go for it. Showed a wheel doing that same line in the sand multiple laps in a row, and when I got close, I felt I'd be able to jump in and make the pass without touching. But unfortunately, he hit the outside quick that lap, and yeah, I'll have to live with the outcome of going for it. Spoke with Seth, and we are all good. He knows I'm not going for a clean out, let alone putting us both down. Now, a lot of people online were saying that this was just a racing incident, and I can see where you would think that, but I believe Swoll really was at fault and screwed both of them out of podium finishes. Yes, Deegan and Vial were going fast, and we're only a couple seconds behind them, but Hammaker and Swoll were throwing down similar lap times. I think they had control of the race. Had Swoll held back a bit, not pushed the envelope on that pass, he would have got Hammaker. He was faster. I think he could have got him in the next couple laps. They both would have got podiums. Would have been a great finish. His pass attempts was just way too aggressive. I don't know what he was thinking because he clearly didn't have control of the corner. I mean, there's quite a gap between them. And there's no way Hammaker would have known that Swoll was tripling into the inside. So Hammaker couldn't prevent that. He wouldn't know to check up on Jalek's pass. It was simply just a bad pass attempt by Jalek that ruined both of their nights. Don't get me wrong, Jalek is an awesome racer and a great guy. I just hate to see them both lose podiums like that. They were both having great nights. It sucks to see that. Overall, though, crappy situation for both of them. They had the speed, they had control of the podium positions, and it was really hard to pass on that track, so I think they would have had it. Had Swoll not done that, things would have been very different. What are your guys' thoughts on all of this? Are you with Hammaker on this, or are you with Swoll? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.